Have you ever wondered why some people seem unfazed by the chaos of modern life, gliding through it with calm and purpose? Meet the INFJ, the rarest personality type, often called the advocate or the mystic. While the world spins in a frenzy over trends, validation, and superficial goals, INFJs quietly sidestep these obsessions. They don't just ignore society's noise, they replace it with a focus on depth, meaning, and authenticity. In this exploration, we'll uncover the 12 things most people fixate on that INFJs effortlessly disregard. By the end, you might rethink what truly matters in your own life. 1. Social media validation, the like button? More like the meh button. For many, social media is a battleground for approval. Every post, story, or tweet becomes a plea for attention, with likes and comments acting as a measure of self-worth. But INFJs? They scroll past the drama without a second thought. To them, chasing viral fame or racking up followers feels hollow. Instead, they invest energy in real-life connections, deep talks with friends, volunteering, or losing themselves in a book. Imagine someone who'd rather spend an hour discussing climate change or mental health than obsessing over a filtered selfie. That's the INFJ. They ask, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, they move on. Their confidence comes from within, not from strangers online. 2. Small talk. How's the weather? Cue the internal eye roll. Picture this. You're at a party and someone asks, busy weekend? For most, it's a harmless icebreaker. For INFJs, it's torture. They dread surface-level chatter because it feels like skimming the first page of a book and never reading the rest. Why talk about traffic when you could discuss someone's dreams, fears, or passions? INFJs crave conversations that crack open the soul. They'll remember your childhood story about your first pet but forget the weather forecast. If you want to connect with them, skip the small talk and ask, what's something you're struggling with right now? Their ability to listen and empathize turns strangers into confidants. 3. Keeping up with the Joneses? Luxury cars? Try luxury thoughts. Society often equates success with shiny gadgets, designer clothes, or Instagram-worthy vacations. INFJs, however, measure wealth differently. A fancy car might impress others, but they'd rather spend money on a pottery class, a therapy session, or a donation to a homeless shelter. Their idea of rich is a mind buzzing with ideas, a heart full of compassion, and a life filled with purpose. While others flaunt their latest purchases, INFJs flex their curiosity, quoting philosophers, sharing obscure poetry, or debating ethical dilemmas. They'd rather drive a decade-old car and have a bookshelf full of worn-out classics than own a Tesla with an empty soul. 4. Popularity contests. Why be prom queen when you can be unbothered? From high school cliques to office politics, many people waste energy trying to fit in or climb social ladders. Not INFJs. They're the ones sitting in the corner, observing the room like scientists studying a peculiar species. They don't care about being cool or influential because their validation comes from living in alignment with their values. You'll never catch them gossiping or sucking up to the boss for a promotion. Instead, they'll mentor a struggling coworker, organize a charity drive, or spend lunch breaks reading about psychology. Their mantra? Be kind, work hard, and let the rest sort itself out. 5. Trendy diets. Kale smoothies versus soul food. Gluten-free, keto, intermittent fasting. The world is obsessed with perfect eating. INFJs? They'll nibble on a kale chip if it's served, but their real diet is emotional and intellectual. They crave soul food, art that moves them, books that challenge their beliefs, and conversations that ignite their curiosity. Sure, they care about health, but not to fit into skinny jeans. They eat well to fuel their mission, whether that's writing a novel, supporting a friend, or fighting for social justice. Their kitchen might have quinoa, but it's beside a stack of poetry collections and a half-finished painting. 6. FOMO, fear of missing out. JOMO is their jam. While others RSVP to every party, concert, and networking event, INFJs embrace JOMO, the joy of missing out. That crowded bar? They'd rather stay home with a documentary about ocean life or write in their journal. Their FOMO radar only pings for meaningful experiences, a friend's birthday, a protest march, or a quiet night stargazing. They don't fear solitude, they thrive in it. While others scroll through FOMO-inducing posts, INFJs feel zero guilt about saying no. Their time is sacred and they spend it on what truly fills their cup. 7. Perfectionism. Embrace the beautiful mess. Society screams, be flawless. Perfect skin, a spotless home, a killer LinkedIn profile. INFJs laugh in the face of perfection. They'll post a makeup-free selfie, share their career failures, and admit they still don't have life figured out. Why? They know perfection is a trap. Instead, they chase growth. Messy hair? Proof they stayed up late brainstorming a new idea. A cluttered desk? A sign of a busy, creative mind. They'd rather be a work in progress than a polished statue. Their mantra: fail forward, learn always, and forgive yourself often. 8. Celebrity drama. Who's dating whom? Who cares? While tabloids scream about celebrity breakups and TikTok feuds, INFJs tune out. They might know every detail of your breakup but couldn't name Kim Kardashian's latest flame. Their idea of drama? The twists in a Dostoevsky novel or the ethical debates in a documentary. Reality TV feels like watching paint dry compared to the complexity of human emotions they explore in books, films, or deep conversations. They'd rather dissect the motivations of a fictional villain than gossip about a real-life influencer. 9. Grudges. Forgiveness is their superpower. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. INFJs get this. When wronged, they'll analyze the conflict, extract lessons, and let go. It's not about being a pushover, it's about self-preservation. They refuse to let bitterness cloud their inner peace. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to focus on love over anger. While others rehearse revenge fantasies, INFJs channel energy into healing, whether through therapy, art, or helping others. Life's too short for resentment when there's so much beauty to create. 10. Small mindsets. Dreaming in IMAX. Most people hit a wall and give up. INFJs see walls as invitations to innovate. Climate change? They'll research solutions. A friend's crisis? They'll brainstorm support strategies. They're big-picture thinkers who ask, how can we fix this system? Instead of complaining about symptoms. While others get stuck in what's possible, INFJ minds leap to what's necessary. They're the friend who encourages you to quit your toxic job, the coworker who suggests a radical new project, or the activist demanding systemic change. Impossible is not in their vocabulary, just not yet. 11. Status symbols. Titles are temporary, legacy is forever. CEO, influencer, boss babe. Labels mean little to INFJs. They care about impact, not titles. You might find them anonymously donating to a student's education, planting trees they'll never sit under, or leaving heartfelt notes for strangers. Their legacy isn't a job title on LinkedIn, it's the lives they've touched. They'll happily work behind the scenes if it means making a difference. While others chase promotions, INFJs ask, how can I serve? 12. Approval seeking. Your opinion? Noted and filed under meh. INFJs respect others but won't twist themselves into knots for approval. If Aunt Karen thinks they're too quiet, or a coworker calls them weird, they shrug it off. They'd rather be misunderstood than fake. Their compass is their inner voice, not public opinion. This isn't arrogance, it's self-trust. They know not everyone will get them, and that's okay. As the saying goes, what others think of you is none of your business, and INFJs live this truth daily. Conclusion. In a world obsessed with surface-level goals, INFJs are a breath of fresh air. They remind us that life isn't about chasing trends, validation, or perfection. It's about depth, purpose, and authenticity. While others stress over likes and lattes, INFJs focus on what truly matters: love, growth, and leaving the world better than they found it. So, what can we learn from them? Maybe it's time to ask ourselves, what societal obsessions am I ready to ignore? Whether you're an INFJ or not, their approach challenges us to live intentionally. Ditch the noise. Embrace your quirks. And remember, the most meaningful things in life, connection, kindness, curiosity, can't be bought, posted, or filtered.